Grace and peace from our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen. I'm always amazed when I read the gospel stories of Jesus, especially when something just doesn't seem to make sense to me. And in this morning's gospel, we have something that, I don't know, maybe it makes sense to you, but it doesn't make sense to me. After Jesus had dismissed the crowds, he goes up to a mountain by himself to pray. And when evening comes, he's there by himself. But his disciples are in a boat on the Sea of Galilee. And because of the weather, because of the waves and the wind, they're very far away from where he is. Now, the Sea of Galilee is a bunch of miles, 8, 9, 10 miles in some places. I think at widest it may be as much as 16. So they're kind of far apart from him. How is he going to get back to them? What was the idea that he would stay and they would go? I don't understand that. But what it allows us to marvel at is how Jesus catches up with his disciples. And he does so in a way that is miraculous, that shows his power to command even the elements themselves. He catches up with his disciples by walking toward them on the Sea of Galilee. And ultimately his disciples see him walking on the water and they're terrified. They think it's a ghost. Well, of course, how unusual it would be to see someone walking on the water. They crowd in fear, and he immediately speaks to them, "Take heart, it is I, do not be afraid." Okay, Jesus and his disciples are finally together. But do they believe it's really him? Peter says, "Lord, if it is you, command me to come into the water." And Jesus says, "Come." So Peter gets out of the boat, starts walking on the water towards Jesus. Everything is going well. Until Peter recognizes a strong wind. He becomes afraid and he begins to sink. He cries out, "Lord, save me," which, just as a matter of information, is the shortest but probably most efficient prayer in the Old and New Testament. "Lord, save me" will work when a lot of other longer prayers perhaps won't work. So if you're in a position where you're thinking you might lose your life or all was lost, pray, "Lord, save me." In this case, Jesus does save him. He immediately reaches out his hand and catches him and says to him, "Oh, you of little faith, why did you doubt?" And when they both got into the boat, the wind ceased. And those who were in the boat worshipped him, saying, "Truly you are the Son of God." What a wonderful miracle story of Jesus walking on the water. I have a hard time imagining what that might have been like. And it's not just walking in the water 6 feet. It's walking in the water literally for miles to catch up with that boat full of scared disciples. What a thing that must have been. And how it must have changed the lives of the disciples to see how Jesus had used divine power to do something that was extraordinary. And how Peter had almost accomplished what Jesus had kind of walked on the water too. There are many pastors who will talk about getting out of the boat. We hear here, so Peter got out of the boat, and they'll tell congregations, we need to get out of the boat. The problem with the church is we're stuck in the boat. We need to be brave enough to get out of the boat and to try to walk on the water, trusting in God. And that's, of course, true. Sometimes we spend our time doing church business and not doing the business of the church, which is reaching out to others with the love of Christ. We have to be willing to step out in faith, perhaps to talk to someone who needs to hear the good news of Jesus Christ, perhaps a letter, perhaps a telephone call, perhaps a video. Oh my! We can do those kind of things, and we should be doing those kinds of things, because we are the church. Peter was brave enough to try to walk on water. Are we brave enough to try to do something extraordinary for our Lord and Savior? Are we brave enough to be remarkable in our own time, facing difficult problems, and still loving with the love of Christ? Our gospel message ends beautifully as the disciples say, "Truly you are the Son of God." Christ is still the Son of God. He is our Lord and Savior. He can do miracles. And he calls us to be brave enough to try to do those miracles with him and for him and through him. Thanks be to God. Amen. Let us pray. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.